It's Triple Crown Friday, 7th of June, 2024. People lined up out the door. Midwest Monster Day 1. This is one of the big ones. I have been waiting for this one. Probably one of the biggest shows I will do all year. You can see my cases are fully stocked. Leading with my best foot forward, but the reserves are on tap for when I will probably need to fill up my showcase again. Everybody's filing in. Let's waste no time and get right into it. I'll show you how I did on day 1.
Come on, 101 sig.
Thank you.
Yeah. Damn.
Probably the most excited I've been to buy a card in 5 years when I got it. Yeah.
Did you get that at a show?
No, it was an online purchase. Just something that came across the feed one day, and I'm like, I wonder if I can get this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You see the golf, the brown, and the CJ?
Yeah. This one here?
Yeah. Thank you.
This is the card that he's referencing here, my Amon-Ra St. Brown 101 RPA out of Select with the Nike swoosh. Absolutely love this card. I shared this on my Instagram, but this is my first time showing it off here on YouTube. It's also the debut in my showcases at the shows. I don't anticipate that this one will move very fast. I will probably take it with me to the National, but it's not one that I am eager to move. Let's just say it that way. Most of my stuff in my case, I am priced to sell it, and I don't really mind moving on from it, but that St. Brown is the one card that I'm definitely going to be a bit more of a stickler on. But it got a lot of compliments, and I was glad that I could share it with some people at the show.
What will be the lowest on these three?
I'll do 250.
230?
250.
50?
Yeah.
Did I see the Smith?
Yeah.
Immediately.
Give me the 290.
I'll do 3 even.
95?
3 even. Keep it nice and round.
I'll do it.
Alright, thank you, man.
Thank you.
I'll take it. This is a deal that I made where I hold pretty firm on my prices. I still gave him a discount off of sticker, but it wasn't as big as I normally give. It's just because it is so difficult to replace this ultra-modern football stuff, really regardless of who the player is, at the prices that some of these guys want to buy it at. I have a hard time finding it at those prices too. As a dealer, I'm buying these cards to make money off of them myself. I'm not buying them so other people can make money off of them. I do have that expectation with the ultra-modern football that a lot of the people buying it are trying to make something off of it. I keep that in the back of my mind, but I'm not going to make that a priority for myself. If they can do something with it afterwards, that's fine, but it's not my top priority. But happy to get the first deal done out of the way, and very happy with the result. I want to talk a little bit about my showcase setup because we got a lot of compliments on it, we being Justin and I, on our organization and our presentation skills. It is deliberate in a lot of the things that I do when setting up my showcases. I like to keep similar types of cards together to the best of my ability, similar players or players from the same team together as well, and also kind of keep the price points together to the best of my ability. You'll notice all the graded stuff is in one section, all the raw stuff is in another section. I'll also usually put things in the places where I want them to be most visible to the target demographic. My best cards are usually towards the center of any given row, and then the things that I think are a little less likely to sell are going to be towards the outside. And that's on purpose. I want things that are, I think, most likely to sell to be very visible to people and one of the first things they notice. I'll also put a lot of the cheaper raw stuff of the popular players down below front and center, and that is the same logic as what you would see in a grocery store where, let's say in the cereal aisle, there are a lot of sugary breakfast cereals aimed at kids on the lower shelves because that's at eye level for the kids. Same thing applies to my showcase. A lot of kids, they're not very tall. They might only be able to see the very tip of a showcase, and that way they have the expectation that they can go up there and see stuff that is more likely to be in their budget than some of the cards at the top of the case. If people know this and they kind of know where to find certain things in my case, it also helps for them to find what they're looking for if they are in fact a repeat customer and come back. What's going on, guys? How we doing?
How you doing?
Pretty good.
What's your best on the Zoom?
160. Want to take a look at it, or are you good?
Is there anything wrong with it?
You got like 2 little lines on the back.
Yeah.
Most of them have it, from what I can tell. I've had like 3 or 4 of them, but you can kind of see it through the acetate.
Oh yeah, I can see. You wouldn't do 140?
I would not. 160 is going to be my best.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the show.
You as well.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Doing well, thank you.
Good. Yep. Of course.
If I were to pick a few of these out, you think you could work with me on some of them?
Just going to depend on what you choose and where I'm
awesome.
at. Yeah.
Perfect. What could you get to on that Zay? 10.
60 on that one.
Okay. Yeah, like a whole finals case over here.
Yeah. They just came in yesterday, just in time for it, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I like the set. Anytime I see the set, I play. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, man. I bought 1 card today. I have to say that I really do appreciate it on these guys who come up and say, no thank you, have a nice day, anything along those lines. Even if we don't get a deal done, it's nice and respectful. I tell them a number. I'm not put on trial over my price. I'm not argued with the lowest sale that they can find or basing it solely off of the last sale. These guys are being fair, and they're just saying no thank you if they're not interested in it, and that's perfectly fine. That was really the case for most of the interactions I had early on, but there is one that I have on camera here. This is a guy who lowballs me quite a bit. I don't mind if he sees this or not because, well, he always feels the need, I guess, to educate me on the price of certain things, but usually it's selecting certain sales. Warning, the audio in this clip isn't great, but I want to include it anyways to kind of show you what I don't necessarily like having happen as a dealer.
Any room on the rise?
What do you think about?
So they're doing, so the last 3 is like 310,
I know.
255, it's like 85.
So what's your offer?
255?
No, sorry.
Where are you at?
320.
320.
I ended up selling that rice downtown about 10-15 minutes later, got my number of 320 on it. I can't sell many cards at 85% because that's what most people expect me to pay for their cards at this point in time, especially on downtowns. I got asked so many times this weekend, any downtowns or kabooms, any downtowns or kabooms. Constant, over and over. Didn't matter who it was, they just wanted those 2 types of cards. And I've always known that they've been extremely popular, but I never seen it where they were explicitly asked for that much in one given show setting. But moving on to the next deal, I am dealing with one of my regular customers here. I let them know that I have adjusted my sticker prices. I'm not going to be able to give out as much of a discount as I normally do just because the margins are really not there for me to give out that kind of discount. And it took me a while to get all these cards. I want to be paid fairly for him, and he understands that. He's willing to work with me to the best of his ability and to the best of my ability. And I'm pretty confident we'll get a deal done. Let's show you how it went down.
Happens when I like a card. What happens when I like it? It's nice.
1,075. It's like 1190 and change.
And you're at what percent of that?
That's 90.
11, 10, 75, you said?
Yeah, 1075.
Let's make it 1,000.
Can't quite do that.
What do you
I
think?
can do 1,050.
1025. Work with me a little bit. Work with me a little bit.
I'm working with you a little bit. That's why I'm going to 1,050.
What percent is that total? So I know.
88.2.
That's fine. Let's see if my Venmo works today. It might not.
Healthy negotiation there. We are able to shake hands at the middle ground of 1,050. I think when the customer and the dealer have a mutual respect for one another and have that open line of dialogue where each one understands what the other is trying to get out of a particular transaction, then it helps lead to a more productive negotiation and hopefully results in them shaking hands and making the deal. At least that's how I like to approach it. Oftentimes I will tell people things that maybe you would say like, oh, well, why would you say that? And it's because I want to be as transparent as possible with what my expectation is for any given deal. You'll see something like that on day 2, and I'll go more into detail in that video for a certain card that I go to sell and why I chose to say something that I said I normally don't do, but we'll save that for then.
Do 180 on those?
I know, my wife gave me some stuff to walk around with.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, usually
I'll do 200. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
What's your name? JT. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Enjoy.
What's the deal with that matting lane? Why is that $50?
It's numbered to 50. It's kind of a tougher card to get.
What year is that? I haven't seen that card before.
Yeah. It's an oddly popular set. There is some whitening on the top corner. It happens to be the spot where I normally place my stickers at, but if you want to take it out and look at it, you can.
50, 40, and 1. So that's. Would you do 150 cash? Or what would you do on that?
I do 170.
Make sure there's not another one. Okay. That's fair.
All right.
Yep.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
So good.
This gentleman had an awesome collection with him. He showed me a little bit of what was inside of his case that is set up on the table off to my right here in a second. You can kind of tell probably by the cards he picked out, the Yas Transcendent Auto and then the Don Mattingly card. He likes baseball and he likes some of the older players, Hall of Famers and stars. He has a awesome Topps Transcendent part of his collection in there. Told me about some really insane stuff too, and it's cool just to see what people bring with them and see what's in their cases, even if it's in their collection and there's no intention of them selling it or me attempting to buy it. I like looking at cards, and being at this table, I don't really get a chance to walk around and see what everyone else has that much unless I'm taking a detour to get food or go to the restroom. But it was just awesome to kind of look through some of his stuff and see what he has and hear him talk about it. He's a passionate collector, and I can definitely appreciate that, especially with someone who has similar tastes.
Getting rid of some of these Colt stuff. This is a 101 printing plate.
How much do you value that up?
I'm thinking like 70-20.
70-20.
You can take them out if you want to look at them.
Yeah, sure. Let me take a look at the Taylor real quick. On some of these cards that don't sell as often, or perhaps something that's a one of one, most of the time I rely on my gut, and my gut is a combination of different things. It's my experience selling similar types of cards, seeing what other people are asking for similar types of cards, and just kind of knowing what I think I could get out of it from a potential buyer. Again, a lot of that just comes through experience. I've been selling cards for a long time, been doing it full time for 4.5 years, and you start to see kind of the same types of patterns over and over, and gives you a better idea without having to rely solely on numbers. I valued that Taylor anywhere between 30 on the low end and 50 on the high end. I figured I could put like 45 on it and try to get 40, and that's going to be my aim here, is to try to get it around 35 to 40 in trade value and put that towards the Pedroia that he's interested in that I have. I have said this before, but I do like trading down because it will sometimes give me new life. I am down on that Pedroia right now. This will give me a chance to get back in the black on that particular deal that I probably wouldn't have had otherwise had I just sold the Pedroia outright. That is, of course, if we can get this deal done.
throw in $10.
I would want to be closer to like 40 on that one. I know
40?
you said to pay more. If you wanted to buy that at 75, that's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, I would do a pass here.
Okay.
I would do.
If there's anything else you wanted to look at,
Yeah,
I'm just,
that might help.
any of these cards, I'm just trying to move through any of them, get rid of any of them. Some are just junk, some are somewhat decent.
Oh yeah. If you guys need help with anything, let me know.
I was going to also ask you, do you buy?
Yeah, let me finish up with this gentleman and I'll take care of you in a sec.
Thank you, sir.
That Tatum.
Do you know what you have on these?
Oh, I know this one's gone down in value since I bought it. I don't know where it's at now. It's probably been 2 years.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's nice. Then I'm on
Since I got that one.
RPA. Then I'm on RPA 101. I'm like probably 3,000.
How about Brees? What are you thinking on him?
$500 probably.
Probably like a $20, $25 card.
Okay. Here's what I see on the Devonta.
Devonta? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you're interested in moving it anywhere near those numbers or...
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to let go for that because I know what I bought for it, but...
Let's work on this one. That might be easier.
We'll look at that picture.
You said 20 on that one?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Rookie 10. I'm also making
I would do
cash.
50. If you wanted to add 50 cash to get to this, I value that closer to like 30, 35.
You do this and this then for straight up? You put that one at 30, 40?
I'd want like $10 if I did that.
75.
I'm not as interested in the Taylor, but
I'll do this in $10 if you'll do that.
That's cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Got you.
Yeah, I just...
Let's take a look at what you got.
I don't have that good of cards because I've only been collecting for a few months.
Hey, that's okay. Never down talk your collection.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I heard this a few times at this show with people of different ages coming up to me looking to sell, and they preface it with, oh, I don't have that good of cards. And to me, I feel kind of bad when they say that. There are a lot of dealers with some incredible cards in the room. It can definitely make you feel like a small fish in a big pond. Trust me, I have been there plenty of times before. But that doesn't make your collection any lesser by any means. And for someone who is just starting off, you get amassed a pretty good amount of cards. There are some pretty solid cards in here as well. And I wanted to encourage them to, keep going. And all these collections in here, they weren't built overnight. I mean, the cards in my case were not all acquired at one time. I didn't inherit them from anyone. It's something that has taken quite a time to build up to. And if he keeps at it, then he'll get to where he wants to be one day. I don't see anything in here for me, but thank you for letting me look. I'll tell you what though, we'll boost your collection a little bit. We'll add that to your box.
Oh, thank you.
You bet. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of like some...
Yeah, help yourself. This is going to be the last deal that I make in the day one vlog, and I'll talk a little bit about the end of day one once we finish this deal up. But I'm about to trade for this Triple Threads 1-of-1. Most of you know I'm a sucker for Triple Threads. 3 White Sox legends on it. You got Tim Rock Reigns with an awesome part of a logo patch. Nice big Hurt Frank Thomas patch in there. And then a bat piece for Carlton Fisk. Ruby 1-of-1 graded a PSA 8.5. Not often you see a half grade on a modern card, but here we are. And he's picking out some baseball as well as a couple of football cards to work into a package deal here on the trade. This is someone who I've done business with before, actually his friend, but he brought him over to me and tried to talk shop a little bit. He ended up buying some stuff from me, and now this is the trade part since I had saw this Fisk Thomas Reigns triple auto, and I wanted it. So I'm going to try my best to work out a deal here. I will say that I had quite a few people who were meeting me in person for the first time or just came up to the table and told me that they enjoyed the videos. Some told me that they learned something from the videos. Some told me that they are thinking about certain things a different way. And I have to tell you that that is one of the highest compliments that I can receive when you are getting some kind of enjoyment, or I have somehow improved your hobby experience just through me making these videos. That means the world to me. I make these videos hoping to reach people. I know I'm not the most charismatic person out there. I'm not going to be an over-the-top character usually, but I am someone who is going to try to at least be myself, and hopefully you can take something away from it, whatever that may be. Hopefully it's something, but it really does mean a lot. So a big thank you to everyone who came up to me and said hello and complimented me on the videos. But with that said, let's go ahead and show off this final deal of day one.
You want this for this? Okay. I would not be close to that. Like I said, I'd want to get into this around like $350.
Yeah, we paid $4 back.
You paid $4?
Well, on eBay.
Oh, so you're the one who bought it. Oh, okay.
And that's a good deal, because you look at other ones, like other ones that do a whole lot better.
That's what I was trying to see I saw the white whale.
Couple of things to note here. Number one, they are the ones who bought this card off of eBay, meaning there is a direct sale for it. That doesn't mean too much to me. Some people will avoid one-on-ones for that reason, but there's no guarantee that if I sent it to auction again or listed it again, that I would get that price. I could get less, I could get more, and something tells me I might be able to get a little bit more than what it sold for back then. Another thing too is that this will be a multi-card trade across many different deals. So what I'm considering while I'm doing this is, what am I going to quote-unquote sell those cards for, and then form a new deal to determine what I'm into the triple auto as, or at least that's how I set up my spreadsheet, just in case anybody was wondering.
I think we're going to be too far apart, but you could shop it around if you want.
What were you thinking? I mean, I just know, I think you'll do, that set this good. Like a Jeter, Mattingly, and Torres did 2,000.
Yeah. I think the max that I would want to be into it at is the same price that you paid at it, which would be $4. I don't mind trading around 400, but I don't some of that stuff. I like a little too much to trade all of it for that.
See, we went 4. I was like 5.
Okay.
I just put this to because his items see 150, 160 out of 5.
Okay, so we'll call that 150.
150. That was
so 3.
4. See, those were. See, that's why I think it was that bad.
Do these plus $50.
Could you do?
I had a feeling you might say that. I'm very hesitant to trade the wick because it's a really easy sale for me. I've been asked about it a lot.
I would take those 2 now.
I couldn't do that. I would do. I have to stay firm on my offer, 50 cash, or you can add that, whichever you prefer, without the wit. So this stack minus wit. So it would be these plus 50 or plus this.
Can I see the Miguel?
Yeah.
I do too. How many of these opponents comes from?
Since you didn't want to do the weight, could you do that? Because I would just want to be a little bit more value.
I'm gonna pass. If you want to shop it around, like I said, I will add 50 cash or add this. That's gonna have to be my best.
I've pretty much exerted what will be my best offer at this point on this deal, and I don't think we're making too much progress, just being mindful of time. I encourage him to either accept my previous offer, or if he's not comfortable with that, to walk around and shop around, see if he can get a little bit more for it. He seems to think that we're pretty close to a deal and wants to continue to work it out. I want this card as well, but I also don't want to give in and give up more than I'm happy with just because I really want a card. I have to think more with my head than my heart, which can be difficult at times when I see something that I really like. And I've gotten better with that over the years, but every now and then I still fall victim to it.
These are 20.
See, it's 40.
You pretty good selling today, or? 30.
That's fine.
All right, thank you.
There it is, a deal finally agreed upon. I was able to keep the wit and then move a few things that I wasn't into, too rich, and weren't moving as quickly for me, which was the best case scenario for me. I was able to get a card that I really liked as well. Not a bad way to cap off day one. I ended up selling that wit transcendent auto at the start of the next day before the general public came in. There were a few dealers who did a little shopping before they went back to their tables, and one of them snagged that wit pretty quickly. The first day sales total wasn't as good as I thought it would be. I thought Friday would be the busier of the 2 days. It turns out that was not the case. This was my final overall sales figure, but I was able to get some good stuff in the meantime, and we'll see where I sit after day 2. That's it for day 1 though. I'll see you back later this week with the day 2 vlog. Take care, stay safe, be kind.